Hey guys, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. I've got a short video for you today on a couple of sheaths that I've just built for a gentleman named Peter. He sent me these two knives. They're both, I believe they're both custom knives. Well, maybe not the larger one. This one is a custom knife from Jay Nielsen, who of course everybody knows now from Forged in Fire. And this is, the brand name I believe is Ruana, which as far as my knowledge in Spanish goes, I know what Colombian ruanas are. They are kind of like a poncho or a shawl. You put it on when you start to get chilly. Traditional garb. Very cool. So I don't know anything about either of these knives really. So Peter, if you want to comment down below, or if anybody else has some insight and they want to comment, we would be very glad for the information. So looking at these, obviously you can tell that they are identical setups. The only real differences, obviously different size knives, and they have a different flashlight on them. Looking at the, they're both Phoenix lights, but they're slightly different sizes, so they're not interchangeable. Everything else on here obviously would be. So giving you a quick rundown on these, the Nanostriker XL, I decided to attach down at the bottom. It is bi-directional, so it doesn't matter which end of the holder you put which end, or which end of the holder you use for which end of the, you know what I'm saying. You can put it on either side. The retention on these is very secure, so you don't really need any shock cord, though I will put some in the package just to make sure that you have it if you need it or want it. But it's still a very comfortable one-handed draw. And yeah, just use your discretion, see whichever way you like to carry it better, Peter. And there you go. The flashlight on this one anyway is just super straightforward. The holder's kind of snug. Good retention, and there's no click on this one. It's just kind of a friction hold, but it is very secure, so very happy with this. And then the carry setup on both of these is an invention of mine called the TechLock Clasp Dangler. So the Clasp Dangler was something that I invented a couple years ago now as a solution to a customer's request that they have a dangler and a TechLock on their system. And the the Dangler, I think I was finding maybe I didn't have adequate room to mount it the way that I wanted to. So I ended up coming up with the solution of building something that would fit perfectly into the TechLock. And so basically there's very little wiggle room for this. It can't bounce around. It can't really shift on you. It's just in there nice and solid. And it'll feel just like you're carrying a Dangler. But when you want to switch to a TechLock carry, all you have to do is open your TechLock and boom, it's out. So you can see this is just a good thick piece of Kydex. This is a 1/4 inch thick with the layers doubled over the way they are. And it fits perfectly into your TechLock like so. So it's very quick and simple, does not require tools to switch between TechLock and a Dangler carry. Now as for the TechLock itself, you guys know how I roll with these. I always set them up for at least 3 positions of carry. Now there are 2 positions by default because the TechLock mounting grid is perfectly symmetrical. So as you're looking at it right now, obviously it's set up for horizontal carry, but this mounting grid is symmetrical, so you can turn it 90 degrees and reconnect it, and it'll work in any of those directions. So obviously vertical would be an option as well. However, the drill hole spacing, the first and third mounting holes on here, will allow you to wear your TechLock at a canted position, so you can achieve a couple of different angles in between vertical and horizontal. They would be somewhere around there and there. Obviously, these won't be exact angles, but they'll give you some level of forward cant. So if you wanted to put it, say, on your left side, canted upwards slightly, so you could comfortably reach across and draw your blade like so, you can absolutely do that. The fit of the knife in here is really nice. I wouldn't call this one a ballistic draw, but you can see obviously it'll pop right off. However, it does have a nice click, and again, nothing's rattling on it. It is nice and secure, and there you go. As far as the larger knife, let's take a look at that one real quick. Everything is the same on this except the flashlight being a different model. The holder is specific to this sheath, so you can't swap the holders between the 2 sheaths, or at least not that I know of. The drill hole spacing and everything is slightly different. With this one, the flashlight has a lot of contours on this pocket clip, so it requires a little bit different fit for the holder. What you want to do is just make sure that the pocket clip itself is rotated. Well, first off, tilt it so that the outside of the clip gets, or so the clip gets outside the holder rather, and then make sure that the clip is basically touching the hardware, the mounting hardware for that holder. When it's like that, it should slide in. The holder is actually contoured to work around the pocket clip in all the areas. This one is also bidirectional, so you can flip it around and put it in from the top as well. So it doesn't matter. Whoop. Either way you want to go with it. I really like the fit of this one. It does actually kind of click into place rather. It has like a little retention point on the pocket clip, and once it overcomes that, it just clicks in. The retention is very secure on this, but obviously one hand you can just take your thumb and kind of push it out. The only negative to it is that the tail cap on this will be engaged when you push that out. So I suppose you could lift it from the pocket clip instead, but I don't find that to be particularly comfortable. You could grab it from the bezel. Obviously, you can just figure out how you want to draw this, but that's pretty much your flashlight holder there. Again, same carry setup, Nanostriker XL down there, and the draw on this one is one of the most aggressive ballistic draws that I've created. This one just seems to want to fly off, I think because of the polished metal on here. It's got a nice tension buildup, but then it's so slick and smooth releasing from the Kydex. This one's really fun to just kind of launch all over the place. So there you go. Got a good click in. No rattle, no play, not falling out on you. And again, that clasp dangler is going to let you convert it quickly between a dangler and a Tech-Lock carry. Now, a couple other quick details on these. They are obviously both wrapped in alligator skin. This is American hornback alligator. I've been experimenting a little bit more lately with different types of alligator, crocodile, Asian versus American. I haven't gotten any African crocodile, so I don't know how that compares, but I would imagine they're all pretty similar. They're very thick, very durable, very rugged reptile hides, and this is just something that I've kind of ventured into and kind of specialized in with the Kydex world, bonding the two together. I would consider this to be my top tier option, bonding alligator skin to Kydex. It gives you all the function of Kydex, but without the compromise in maybe a vulnerable exterior like normal cowhide, where it can be scratched or scuffed or marked kind of easily. Alligator skin is much, much harder, and it just gives you that same kind of rugged exterior, but the classic look and feel of some leather things. So I'm a huge, huge fan of the alligator skin over Kydex. Just to give you a good close-up look, I know the lighting is kind of crappy in here, but nice polished edges, good transition from the skin to the Kydex. And there you go. So the one other feature I'll give you guys on these is that they are both 100% ambidextrous. The clasp dangler, I recommend when people ask for a dangler, I usually try to at least tell them, I'll tell them about the clasp dangler if it's a knife that, maybe they benefit from carrying on a Tech-Lock. And the number one reason is because this Tech-Lock can just get mounted to either side of the sheath, making the dangler and the Tech-Lock carry completely ambidextrous. But because the ambidexterity of the clasp dangler makes it a little bit more versatile, it's also really important to me that I make the other components ambidextrous as well. So both of these can be converted to left-handed carry or right-handed carry in every single aspect of them. That just kind of, I think it's a very cool thing because it benefits the person ordering the sheath, and it also benefits maybe if they decide to sell it in the future, whoever's going to end up buying it. Maybe they're a left-handed person. It's really difficult to find nice quality gear that's made for left-handed people. So it's cool to be able to offer that and just bolster the sale value. So, all right, guys, that's all I have for you. But if you know anything about these knives, please comment down below. Peter, you'd probably be the resident expert on that, so feel free. And then let me know, guys, what you think of both the knives and all the gear on here. Let me know what you think of the alligator skin. Let me know what you think of this clasp dangler setup. I'm a huge fan. I think this is one of the most versatile carry options you can get. And yeah, I just love your thoughts down below. So guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. As usual, thanks for tuning in, and stick around for the next one. God bless.